Have you ever felt your heart racing before speaking English? Your hands slightly shaking, your voice not sounding like you anymore? You prepare the words, you study hard, you repeat every line in your head. But when it's time to speak, everything disappears. You smile to hide the fear, but deep inside, you feel small. I know that feeling because that was me. My name is Peter, and welcome to English Unlocked, the place where we don't just learn English, we unlock confidence. Today, I want to tell you a story, not about grammar or vocabulary, but about freedom. The freedom to speak without pretending. Because speaking English isn't a performance, it's a conversation. And when you stop performing, you finally start connecting. In this video, you'll learn how to calm your nerves, how to accept mistakes, and how to stay confident even when your mind goes blank. You'll discover that thinking fast doesn't mean talking fast. It means staying clear, calm, and real. So stay with me until the end, because this story might just change the way you speak forever. When I started learning English, I was always nervous. My hands were cold, my heart beat fast. Every time I tried to speak, I forgot the words. I wanted to sound perfect, but I always made mistakes. It felt like everyone was watching me, like I was standing on a big stage, and I was scared. One day I asked myself, why am I so afraid? I realized something important. I was not talking, I was performing. I wanted people to like my English. I wanted to look smart. But the more I tried to look perfect, the more I forgot who I was. Then one small thing changed everything. During a meeting, I made a big mistake. I said the wrong word, and everyone laughed. But no one was angry. They smiled and said, "It's okay." At that moment, I understood something. People don't need my perfect English. They need my real voice. So I started to relax. I told myself, it's not a show. It's a talk. When I spoke slowly and simply, people listened. When I smiled, they smiled back. I didn't need to be perfect. I just needed to be me. Now, when I speak English, I feel calm. I still make mistakes, and that's fine. Because every small step is progress. Every mistake is a teacher. And every time I speak, I feel more free. That's how I learned this truth. Speaking English is not a performance. It's a connection. After that day, I started to think more about my fear. Why was I so scared to speak? It was not only about English. It was about people. I was afraid they would laugh at me. I was afraid they would think, his English is bad. Every time I opened my mouth, that thought stopped me. Sometimes I wanted to speak, but my brain said, no, don't do it. So I stayed quiet. I listened, I smiled, but I didn't talk. And you know what? That made me feel even smaller. I felt like I was behind a wall, watching others live freely. It was a lonely feeling. Then one day, I met a friend who spoke English very freely. He made many mistakes, but he was happy. People liked him. I asked him, "Don't you feel shy when you speak wrong?" He laughed and said, "Why should I feel shy? I'm learning." That simple answer opened my eyes. He was right. We all make mistakes when we learn something new. From that day, I tried to change how I think. When I made a mistake, I told myself, it's okay, I'm learning. I learned to smile at my small errors. Because every mistake means I am trying. And trying is always better than silence. Slowly, I started to feel calm when I spoke. The fear was still there, but softer. I learned to control it, not let it control me. Now I know, people don't watch us to judge, they listen to understand. And when you speak with an open heart, they see your courage, not your mistakes. After many mistakes and many small lessons, I started to see English in a new way. Before, I spoke like I was on a stage. I wanted to say everything right. I wanted people to clap for me. But that made me tired and nervous. I was acting, not talking. One day, I told myself, stop performing. Just talk. So I tried. I talked to a friend in English, slowly and simply. I did not think about grammar. I only thought about the person in front of me. We laughed, we shared stories, and I forgot to be afraid. For the first time, I felt free. Then I understood something deep. Speaking English is not about perfect words. It's about connection. When you stop trying to impress, you start to express. And that feels real. That feels human. From that moment, my English learning became lighter. I no longer practiced to sound smart. I practiced to share. When I made mistakes, I smiled and kept going. When I forgot a word, I used another one. I stopped judging myself. Now, every time I speak English, I imagine a coffee talk, not a test. It's simple, warm, and natural. And when I do that, my English flows better than ever. Because when your heart is calm, your words become clear. That is how I moved from performance to conversation, from fear to freedom. After I stopped performing, I began to notice something beautiful. When I spoke slowly and honestly, people listened more. They didn't care about my grammar or my accent. They cared about my feelings, my stories, my smile. And that changed everything. I realized that people don't remember perfect English. They remember how you make them feel. A kind tone, a friendly smile, a small laugh. These things are stronger than perfect words. That is the real secret of connection. It's not about big vocabulary. It's about a warm heart. Before, I used to think I needed fancy words to sound smart. Now I know, simple words can touch the heart. When I said, thank you, or, I'm happy to see you, people felt close to me. It was honest. It was real. So, I started to focus less on rules and more on meaning. I looked into people's eyes when I spoke. I listened carefully when they talked. I spoke from my heart, not from a grammar book. And slowly, I started to enjoy every conversation. Now, when I speak English, I feel peace. Because connection is not built by perfect words. It is built by real feelings. And when you speak with heart, even simple English becomes powerful. That's the secret I wish I knew earlier, the secret of real connection. After I learned to connect with people, I found another truth. I didn't need to be perfect. For many years, I tried to speak like a native. I wanted every sentence to sound smart. But the more I tried, the more nervous I became. I forgot words. I spoke too fast. And sometimes I said nothing at all. One day my friend told me, "Peter, just be real." Those simple words changed me. I started to speak with my own voice. I didn't try to hide my mistakes anymore. When I forgot a word, I smiled and said, "Oh, I forgot that one." And people laughed kindly. The talk became easy, fun, and warm. I learned that when you are real, people listen with open hearts. They don't care if your English is perfect. They care if your story is true. And when I spoke honestly, my fear became smaller. I stopped fighting myself. I accepted who I was, a learner, not a performer. Now, before I speak, I take a small breath and tell myself, "It's okay, just be real." And every time I do that, I feel calm. I feel free. Because being real is more powerful than being perfect. It helps you speak with peace, with confidence, and with joy. That's when English stopped being a test. It became part of my life. And that's how real communication begins. When you choose to be real, not perfect. After I learned to be real, I found something even deeper, the power of now. Before, every time I spoke English, my mind ran too fast. I thought, what if I forget the words? What if they don't understand me? My heart beat fast and I lost focus. I was living in fear of the future, not in the moment. One day, before a big meeting, I felt nervous again. So I stopped. I closed my eyes and took one slow breath. I said to myself, "Peter, be here. Just now." And something amazing happened. I felt calm. My mind became quiet. My words came more naturally. I realized that when I stay in the moment, my English flows better. Because my brain and my mouth work together. When I focus on the now, I listen more, I think clearer, and I enjoy the talk. Now, every time I feel nervous, I do small things to come back to the present. I count slowly from 10 to 1. I stretch my shoulders. Sometimes I smile or move my hands a little. These small actions help me feel calm again. And you know what? When I'm calm, I speak better. I feel free. Because English is not only about words, it's about being here, now. So next time you speak, don't rush. Take a breath, look around, and feel the moment. That's where your real voice lives. In the present. For a long time, I tried to teach myself everything. I watched videos, read books, repeated sentences alone in my room. But I was always hard on myself. Every mistake felt big. Every wrong word made me feel small. I thought, maybe I'm just not good at English. One day, I talked to a friend who was also learning English. She said, "Peter, stop being your own teacher. Be your own friend." That sentence changed me. I realized I was judging myself too much. I was so focused on being perfect that I forgot to enjoy learning. So, I started to speak without fear. When I said something wrong, I laughed a little. I told myself, "It's okay. You are learning." And guess what? The more I accepted my mistakes, the faster I improved. Because English is not about being perfect. It's about connection, about trying, about growing. When I stopped trying to control every word, I felt free. I started to listen more, to enjoy the sound of the language, to be me. Now, when I talk in English, I smile. Sometimes I make small mistakes, but I don't care. I care about the message, not perfection. And this small change, from teacher to friend, made me calm and confident. So if you're listening to me now, remember this. Don't fight your mistakes. Learn from them. Be kind to yourself. Because every word you say is a step forward. And one day, you will look back and say, "Wow, I did it." After I learned to be kind to myself, I started to see something new. Every small win mattered. Before, I only saw my mistakes. Now, I saw my progress, even the little things. When I understood one new word, I smiled. When I could talk for 1 minute without stopping, I felt proud. It was not perfect, but it was progress. I remember one day I spoke with a tourist for 2 minutes. My heart was beating fast. My hands were shaking. But I did it. After that, I laughed and said, "Wow, I can really speak." That small moment gave me big energy. It made me believe in myself again. Sometimes we wait for big results, like speaking fluently or passing an exam. But the truth is, success is built from many small steps. One word today, one sentence tomorrow, one short talk next week. Each small win is a light on your journey. So now I write down my small wins every day. It helps me stay calm and motivated. It reminds me that learning is not about being fast. It's about being steady. If you feel tired or slow, please don't stop. Look back and see how far you've come. Every word, every try, every mistake, it's part of your growth. Celebrate it. Because when you celebrate small wins, you build big confidence. And one day, you will speak with peace, with joy, with freedom. Now, after many years of learning, I finally feel free when I speak English. Not perfect, but free. I don't think too much about grammar or mistakes anymore. I just speak. And it feels so light, so real. I remember when I used to worry about every single word. I was afraid people would laugh or not understand me. But now I smile even when I make a mistake. Because I know this is how I grow. Each mistake is a lesson, not a failure. When I speak freely, I can connect with people. I can listen, I can share, I can laugh. And that's the true goal of learning a language: connection, not perfection. It's not about showing you are smart. It's about showing you are open, kind, and brave. Sometimes I still feel shy or nervous. But I breathe, I pause, and I keep going. Because I trust myself now. I trust the words that come from my heart. To anyone listening today, I want to say this. Don't wait until you are ready. You are already ready. Start speaking today, with your own voice, with your own story. Remember, English is not just words. It is your bridge to new people, new dreams, new worlds. So, speak with freedom. Enjoy the journey. And believe your voice matters. Thank you so much for listening today. Remember this: every small step you take in English matters. Here are 2 tips from my story to help you keep growing. Speak even if you make mistakes. Mistakes are your best teacher. Focus on small wins every day. one new word, one short sentence, one short conversation. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to English Unlocked so you never miss a new lesson. Keep practicing, keep smiling, and keep believing in yourself. I'm Peter, and I'll see you in the next episode.